Welcome back to Journey with Andy. It's been a while since I posted a video, so I'm going to try to get back on track with that, with posting every week or every other week. Um, as you know, these videos I post are about a little less than a year behind the actual events. So with that in mind, it's with a lot of sadness that I tell you that Paul passed on February 1st of this year. It's been a couple weeks now since we've had his funeral. I took a break during the holidays from filming, and it was my intention to, get a video out sooner than this, but when he passed, I kind of put things on the back burner, planning his funeral, having the funeral, and just dealing with grief and just taking time, just taking some time out for myself. So no, this is not the end of my channel. Paul's the reason I started my channel. He sparked the reason for me to start the channel, to kind of tell the story of what my journey was like on an everyday basis, taking care of him. But things would just be going in a different direction sooner than I planned. It's still just my life journey. But that's, when I started the channel, that's what I was dealing with. So this video is a little bit shorter than my usual videos. I really just wanted to get a video out and kind of get us back on track with where we are in the journey, and start off our segment of everyday life with Paul. This video was a little bit harder to record than I anticipated emotionally. I didn't think about the emotional toll that it would take, but it has taken an emotional toll to record this video. So we'll pick up with the previous video that we left off on. There's still so much of this portion of the journey to tell, so we'll just jump right in where we left off on our last video. Paul is home from the hospital, and this segment is called Everyday Life with Paul. So, of course, the day he arrived home, we were all so happy about everything, and over the next few weeks, he really started to open up more. He started talking more, interacting more, and just becoming himself. He was, at home in his home environment, in the house that he built, around family, with us, with him all the time. So he was just becoming more and more himself. This was also like an intense time for me as well, because he came home, he was on IV antibiotics and antifungal medicine as well. That was like $7,000-8,000 a month. He was also receiving tube feedings 4 times a day, and then he came home with physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. So we had all of that going on as well when he first came home. So it was kind of intense, a lot to get done, but it was worth it. Okay, so one of the first challenges, or I guess comical moments we faced, was me, my aunt and uncle, we're sitting around the bed with Paul, and he hasn't eaten anything by mouth in months. So, he's been getting tube feedings, and then all of a sudden he says he wants a pork chop. So, and he looking at us like, y'all gonna fix me something to eat, or, what? And so my aunt and uncle are looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and we looking at each other like, I'm not gonna tell him, I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna tell him he can't have nothing to eat, or he can't have a pork chop. So in this moment, I was looking at my aunt like, she has this saying, she says to me and her daughter, that she's the oldest, because all of us, the 3 of us look alike. So she says she's the oldest, and we have to listen to her because she's the oldest or whatever. So in this moment, I was looking at her like, you the oldest, you tell them. So but eventually one of us, I can't remember who it was, spoke up and said, well, Paul, you hadn't eaten anything in a while, and we have to talk to the doctor to see if you know, you can have anything to eat. You know, we were worried about your swallowing. And he was like, well, fix me a sandwich if I can't have a pork chop, you know. So we were just trying to explain things to him. And eventually he let it go. But it took a little bit of convincing for him to let it go because he was ready to eat. So needless to say, at his next visit with the physical therapist, we asked, you know, could he start eating, and she gave us the go ahead. So Paul started eating, and we were able to eventually phase out the tube feedings altogether because he was eating enough to sustain himself. Every follow-up appointment he had with his doctor, he was amazed at how well he was doing, how he was thriving. This is the man who they sent home to, you know, live out his last few weeks. As the doctor told me in a previous conversation, you know, take him home, live out his last few weeks. But this is the man who was thriving, eating, and the day that he took his first steps, that he stood and took his first steps, that was an epic day for us, for him as well. He was so excited. I think he was talking to one of his siblings on the phone, and he got kind of emotional when he told them that he stood up, you know, today, and he took some steps. So it was a huge moment for him. So this is a little bit harder than what I thought making this video. And so like I was saying, the first time he stood up, that was an epic day. Paul was a fighter. He continued to fight, and because he was fighting for himself, we fought right along with him to help support him in his goals and the things he was trying to accomplish. There were times where he was confused, you know, with like what I call COVID dementia. He was confused, but even in the confusion, he never stopped fighting. He was stubborn, but he never gave up. He was always fighting, always trying to improve. So stay tuned for the next video where Paul stands and takes steps for the first time, his 79th birthday party, and a fishing day with Paul. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching.